Receiving an accidental text about you is usually awful, especially when it comes from one of your exes. On September 8th, I uploaded a video with all the ways in which staying friends with your exes is beneficial. Well, exactly 10 years ago today, I learned one of the drawbacks. So on January 5th, 2015, I found out that my mom's brain cancer was going to be fatal and that she would die within months or maybe even weeks. The next day, I reached out to my first true love and someone who I dated for 2.5 years to see if he was available to meet because I wanted to tell him the news in person and I wanted him to console me. Instead, I received this text. What he's referring to is that I had him and his brother, who happened to be in town and is gay as well, over for dinner the week before, and I also read their astrological charts. Receiving this in my extremely fragile state destroyed me, and while awkward is not the worst thing he could have said about me, it really hit on those deep-seated insecurities that I have from growing up gay in the Midwest and struggling to fit in. I also felt blindsided because we had gotten closer in the recent months than we had been since we had broken up. So finding out what he was saying to his friends about me was so at odds with my perception, which made me feel so stupid and naive. Now, his comment about me being passive aggressive when I was reading their astrological charts was spot on. I don't think I would have owned up to this 10 years ago when I was feeling so emotional, but I was being shady while reading their charts, but I thought it was playful and I thought it was coming across that way, but clearly it wasn't. I was doing things like pointing out what I perceived as their flaws and explaining them through the planets and signs. So I would say something like Neptune in Pisces in your 6th house is the reason why you procrastinate so much. I thought it was coming across like a RuPaul's Drag Race reading challenge and not something that was mean-spirited, but apparently it was perceived that way. I ended up cutting my ex from the entirety of Losing Linda May, a cancer caregiving memoir, which is the reason why this situation isn't included on January 6th. However, if you read the book, just know that this was fueling a lot of the anticipatory grief and emotions that I was feeling related to losing my mom, particularly anger.